Hello, Johnny Foxtrot. This is a reaction for you. And we may put it out to everybody. I don't know yet. So, yeah, man, this band is amazing. They American rock band, born Ocala, Florida, born in 2003 by Tom Denny, then later replaced by Jeremy McKinnon. Rhythm guitarist is Neil Westfall, percussion or drums, Alex Schmitt, what a name, and lead guitarist Kevin Scaff. They signed with Indianola Records, that's where Greg lives, Indiana, for their first album, and their name was Treason, 2005. 2006, For Those Who Have Heart, for Victory Records, and that's where the shit started, I think, because Victory Records is what they eventually ended up having a big lawsuit with, right, Greg?
It was in 2011 that the lawsuit started. I think it ended in 2015. May have been later than that. But they were given the ability to self-release albums while that was going on. But it was good to see that the band themselves actually triumphed. Been around since 2003. Neither of us are familiar with the band, so one of those exciting first-time reactions, which is always cool. But these guys are pretty big. In 2015, they won the Associated Press Live Band of the Year award. They've got a lot of videos on YouTube that have tens of millions of views. So, they're the real deal.
Just so you know, Johnny, there's a couple other bands pretty big coming from Florida. Leonard Skinner, the Eagles, the Outlaws. There's a lot of bands that came from Florida. So, Florida was bred them right down there. So, yeah, they've done all kinds of collabs with. They've done a song for Kelly Clarkson's song, and they were in a couple different movies. Looks like Devil Wears Prada and Protest a Hero and Silverstein. Or at least on the soundtracks.
Florida is a interesting musical breeding ground because they've done, like you said, a lot of great southern rock bands have come from there. Metal bands like Ice Earth and Sabotage come from Florida. If I'm not mistaken, one of the first waves of the early death metal scene came from Florida. So there's something in the water there besides giant alligators.
Yeah, and they also had a tribute track on the Punk Goes Pop 2 record from Fearless, covering the phrase Over My Head. I love the phrase. So something about Guitar Hero. Okay, that was just a world tour. I like down here where he says in his own words, oh, wait a minute, hold on. A Day to Remember formed in 2010 Soundwave Australian Music Festival. So, yeah, shout out to the Aussies. What separates me from you? That looks like a really cool song. Down here where he says in his own word what they are. People call them influences, wherever that was. Okay, yeah. So A Day to Remember have been described by critics as metalcore, pop punk, post-hardcore, alternative rock, melodic metalcore, melodic hardcore, pop rock, easy core. The song structures often follow a metalcore formula and blend into a more pop punk style chorus. All music critic Edward as no offense to you, Mr. whatever your name is, has called this blend pop mosh, and also described the band as using emo hardcore and metal. When asked in an interview with Absolute Punk, about their sound, Jeremy McKinnon stated, "It's weird, see, it's funny, because we have been doing this for so long. When we started, this shit was not cool. Everyone told us mixing the two genres wouldn't work. Hell, a lot of people still feel that way. We've just always played what we wanted to hear. And to be honest, people weren't doing that back then. We loved punk pop punk, and we loved hardcore bands. And we couldn't decide what to be. So we said, fuck it, let's do them both. Jeremy McKinnon. End quote. And Days to Remember have cited Newfound Glory, Blink 182, great band. NOFX, not sure, I might know if it wasn't abbreviated. Bury Your Dead, Comeback Kid. Melancholy.
Colin.
Not really, it ain't spelled the same. It's 7 Star.
And I've heard the first three. I've heard Newfound Glory, Blink 182, and NOFX. Other 4 are a mystery to me.
Motionless in White. So yeah, cool deal. All right.
But so yeah, this sounds like an interesting melting pot of influences. So let's check them out.
Let's do it.
Send Johnny some love, everybody.
All right, I got my lyrics pulled up because we done wasted 6 minutes. Not wasted, but you know.
It's a long intro.
We usually don't do that much research, but if it's something, the band is important. All bands are important, but I like to, the very first time we do a band, if we don't, either one of us know nothing about them, to get some kind of feel where they're from, what they're about. I've lost a part of me. First words. Wow. All right, let's do it. Yeah. Glad with musicianship.
All right, so the opening riff, I really like that. It sort of felt somber. There's a lot of longing in it. Just in general, I like the spaciousness of this arrangement. It's a lot of spots for it to breathe, and it kind of feels like it's sort of riding on a gentle breeze or floating on a sea that hasn't quite become turbulent yet. Drums got a lot of punch, though. So those are sort of feel like the things that are propelling it forward, and the guitars sound like they're essentially creating texture as much as anything. He's got one of those voices, like it's not going to blow you away with its range or anything like that, but it grabs you immediately with its ability to sort of carry the message. It's sits pretty high. It's got a solid amount of cut. Maybe it's a slight bit of nasality. Those are elements that you'll find in a lot of, I think, a lot of pop punk vocals of that style tend to have those qualities. His has a depth to it, though.
Focus on instruments.
Yeah, but there's a depth to it, and I love how much open space is in this to sort of let everything sink in. Everything's got room to sort of expand.
I lost a part of me because I'm just an open book for everyone to see. I always leave empty-handed. I can't keep the things that mean the most to me. I'm walking steady on a tightrope, clinging only to the words that I wrote. I might be temporarily blind, but I'm not stupid. Can you tell me how you feel? And look me in the face. I've always wanted to know. I'll go and drop my guard. You put me in my place. I can't stand it. I don't get it. Nothing ever seems to work when you're around. You always build me up to break me down.
Wow.
Wow, my throat's all messed up. Good agree.
There were some amazing
So
tempo changes there.
Wait.
Yeah, the like when it sort of the tempo picked up, sort of like those spaces closed up and the energy became more condensed. Really catchy, but also it's sort of like it felt very urgent. And then sort of when it slowed down after that, like that one hit me directly in the feels. I like I meant to mention this before. I liked the counterpoint vocals in the chorus. That sort of call and response. And it sounds like one vocal has got a little bit more aggression and grit than the other one. But again, it sort of feels like this release of pent up longing, frustration, however you want to call it. It's
I think one is the vulnerable him talking, and one is the
yeah.
more prideful or stronger. Or
Yes. Yeah, one is the vulnerable, one is the angry side trying to protect the vulnerable aspect. So yeah, it's definitely got the feels going for it. I'm really enjoying it. I can definitely see why they've been as successful as they have, because this is something that will stick in your head.
can you tell me that? Or I give everything. I give you everything, but that would never be good enough, and that's all right with me. You take me for granted. I tried to help you be who you want to be. I'm a sucker for a complication. Man, that one hit me because when he did Perfect Circle, the part that hit him the hardest was when it said, I feel a little bit for the broke. Oh, shit.
Was it the one they said expecting too much from the wounded?
Expecting a little too much from the wounded, yeah. And I think that's why I hit him so hard, because that's pretty much the same thing. I'm a sucker for a complication. Here goes another week. It must seem. You weren't worth my time. You weren't worth my time. And still, I'll let you take it from me.
Ooh.
And then the chorus over again. So we're going to go into a bridge here. Oh!
You bring me
Oh! Woo! Greg, I took you out there. I don't know how bad that messed up, Johnny. I know this one is recording separate, though, so. I mean, I got local files recording, so. I don't know what was happening to either, but. God, the hard shit at the end, man. We gotta hear that one more time.
Yeah,
bridge was, why do I always do this to myself? Always depending on everyone else. You know it's going to drive me crazy. You're just a notch in the wall that made me.
Ooh,
Why do I always do this to myself? Always dependent on everyone else. You know it's going to drive me crazy. You're just a notch in the wall that made me. Shout out to call back to another brick in the wall. I mean, that's beautiful. That's a great fucking way to remake it.
Mm-hmm.
Because the brick in the wall is not a new thing. We've all been putting up walls around our heart, even though Roger did it so the fans wouldn't spit on him, you fucking weirdo. But anyway, sorry, Johnny. That end was, I mean, Tool don't play no harder than that. Tool's not really that hard a band. They're kind of an emo metal band, in a way, man. They are.
Undertow was
cries
pretty
all the
heavy,
time.
but yeah.
That was heavy. That was heavy. That was like Stained heavy. That was like Mudvayne heavy. That was like Disturbed
That
heavy.
absolutely came out of nowhere. The song was so pleasant and melodic up to that point, and then just boom, overdrive.
Have you got a good signal, bud?
I do.
All right, let's do that again.
Yeah. Damn right.
Yeah, baby. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Wow, shit. Son of a bitch.
Yeah, that was definitely fire.
Wow. I took that picture. Yeah,
But
it's really,
I mean,
really, really powerful.
musically, it makes sense. I mean, emotionally, it makes sense because I feel like a lot of the anger in the song was pointed inward. A lot of anger at oneself for allowing things to happen, and that part there just finally felt like the floodgates are finally opened, and all of that built up anger had to be launched out. Just pick a target and let it go. Wow, that's. I always say music is your best support group. That would be that song would be a great catharsis when you're down, because the first part it's got such a nice feel to it, even though the lyrics are dark and sad. Just the music feels soothing in a way. I said sort of like it's riding on that gentle stream, and then that part kicks in. It's just like wow, any kind of frustration you got pent up there, that's can be expunged vicariously, to steal a term. But yeah, wow, super impressed. Like I said, I can see why they're successful as they are, because damn.
All right. I'll put it in the head, man. I'm sorry. We love you, Johnny. Yeah, man. I had bad days all the gym time.
Foxtrot family and the OG team got your back.
That's so true. Yeah, I mean, it trips me up a little, so I don't have a whole lot really good to say. Other than, I'm here, man. Here if you need me, brother. I don't have any pictures. I might have, there's Grimfel. Well, I don't think that's Grimfel, but it's
An image from a song of his. The warning. We got no warning for that heavy part in that song. It just came out of nowhere.
There you go. Freeze fall. They're buddies.
Great bunch of kids.
Ain't him either, man. Where you at, Grimfel? You are, man. We all here for you, John. You know that. Much love, my friend. And the band's great, by the way. I wouldn't just say that. That was freaking good as hell.
Yeah, really impressed. Would like to react to more from them.
And we will. Anybody out there. Much love. We love you.
Thank you
I
all.
don't care who you are. You don't even have to listen to the Tool.
It helps sometimes.
Peace, love, and understanding.